So, you don't like board games? Well, this is the video for you. Welcome back to Table Talk. I'm Andrew, and this is a board game channel where we talk about board games. So, if you're watching this video, maybe you are a person that doesn't like board games, or maybe you know someone who doesn't. Well, here are the 4 reasons why people don't, and what you can do about it. Number 1. You've only played super old games, okay? So most people have only ever played things like Monopoly and Clue and Candyland and Trouble. Spoiler alert, all those games were made in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. So imagine if someone with movies had only ever watched movies from the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. You would say, dude, there are so much more better movies out there now. Movies in general have gotten better. They've gotten more fast-paced. They've gotten funnier, better special effects. They look better. They fit more interesting plots and deception into a shorter amount of time than older movies. And there are a few classics for sure, but movies in general have gotten better. And the same is true of modern board games. You can now fit more strategy and humor, interesting decisions, risk, and world building into a shorter amount of time than those classic board games. So my encouragement with you to be go out and explore those modern new board games. They're out there, they're more interesting, faster paced, there's more strategy and social dynamics in those classics, and they built off what the classics started. But there are better board games out now, and I encourage you to go check them out. Number 2, you don't like learning rules. Or, as a lot of people say, I don't want to learn a new game. I don't think most people, 95% of people, enjoy learning new rules or new games. So it's this barrier to being able to discover those new games I talked about. So we just stick with the ones we grew up learning that everyone knows. Well, here's my encouragement to get around that. Find someone in your group, your friend group, or the people you hang out with, and have them learn the rules of whatever game you guys want to play. And you can learn now in different ways. You can read a rule book, which is how I like to learn. Now you can watch a watch it played video where you watch a YouTube video and learn all the rules. Or try playing through it by yourself. A lot of games now you can play one player, or you can just play with some dummy players if you're more of that kind of learner. Then have that one person teach the rest of the group as simply and as shortly as possible. Shortly is not a word, but I just said it. And here's how that looks. For me, a lot of times when I teach a game, I say, give me 1 minute, or give me 2 minutes, give me 30 seconds, depending on what kind of game it is. And I just ask people to be off their phones, eyes, and I try to explain just the broad things people need to know. How do we win? What in general are we doing? And how does a turn work? And that's really all people need to know. Most people. Exception, a lot of people that are super into board games want to know every single detail. Most people don't. And so if you explain those broad ideas, then it gets you into the game quicker. And as you're in the game, you can explain the more intricate rules. You can explain maybe different strategies as those things come up. So instead of at the very beginning spending 20 minutes explaining, well, if a green card comes up in the second round, then a blue card cancels out. People need to know those details. They don't need to know every strategy and random edge case rule. They just need to know the general rules, most people. Or if you're someone like my wife, she wouldn't even listen to 30 seconds. I will literally start playing the game with her, and we will learn as we go along. We jump straight in, and I'll teach the rules as they come up. It makes it a way better learning experience, and also let people explore the game. Don't make decisions for them. Don't tell them what to do. That's part of it. You can offer options and strategies, but let them explore the game. They may make poor decisions, but then they'll learn how to be better. Another personal thing, as a teacher, I don't go all out and try to eviscerate people when I teach. You can do that. I try to do different strategies or make it more fun. So don't wipe the floor with people you learn to play. Some people may be okay with that, but most people don't. So also when you're teaching, don't do that. And that makes the learning the rules part of games way better. Third thing, you have never played a type of game that you like. Not everyone likes the strategy of Catan. Not everyone likes the negotiating of Monopoly. Not everyone likes the luck of Candyland. But some people do, and those games are for those people. So you will not like every type of board game. I don't, and I have a whole channel on it. So find the type of board games that you like. You may not like humor and funny games because you don't like being put on the spot. So find a board game where you're kind of doing your own thing. Or maybe you're a very social player. You don't want to learn all the rules. Play a social deduction game like Resistance, Werewolf, Avalon, Secret Hitler, where it's all negotiating backstabbing. Maybe you don't like that. You want to work together. Play a game like Pandemic where you actually cooperate. Or maybe you like being competitive. So play a game where you get in people's face and beat them like Downforce. Or maybe you like the mystery solving part. Play a game like Mysterium. There's plenty of different games. There's gambling games. There's delivery games. So many different types of games. Find the type that you think you would like and play a type of those games. That's my number 3. And number 4, you've only ever had poor board game experiences, either because of the people group you played with, the teacher you had, or the game it was. Ultimately, board games are a social activity, and a lot of times it rises and falls on your playing group. If people are lame and not having a good time, almost no game is going to be fun. So maybe you've only ever played where people weren't that great of a group, you had a terrible teacher that took forever or made every decision for you, or you played a game that frankly wasn't that great. My encouragement to you, find people you enjoy experiencing activities with and play with them. Have that one person be a good teacher, short and simple, and find a game. Do a little research, watch a review, look at pictures, just read a little blurb about what it's like so you would actually play a game your group would like and enjoy it. Thanks for watching, guys. It's a bit of a ramble, but I just wanted to put out there because I hope someone watches it and realizes how much fun board games can be. I think there are barriers to getting into them. Obviously rules and people mainly only experiencing old games, but there are so many awesome modern board games out there to experience and experiences to have with people. I hope you have some great ones. Maybe you're here and you are a board gamer. Maybe you can share this with someone that doesn't like board games or take something away from it. With all that being said, I'm going to catch you guys on the flip side.